Welcome to the Bite Investigation presentation with DuPage County Animal Services. The goals for this presentation are to understand bite investigations and the role of law enforcement officers. We will first cover context and background information, then discuss safety for all parties, basic procedures, and follow-up information, including available resources. The public often has a misconception on the role of animal services and a bite investigation. Animal services and our animal control officers are not in the business of confiscating dogs from responsible owners. We do not impound dogs as punishment or maintain a strike system for individual dogs. Instead, the role of a bite investigation is to maintain public safety. This is accomplished by reviewing rabies compliance for all parties, providing assistance to owners to prevent future incidents, and giving guidance on responsible pet guardianship. The animal control officers, ACOs for short, will also investigate the circumstances of the bite to understand the case fully. There are many reasons a dog may bite, and understanding what happened can better prepare the family to prevent future incidents from occurring. As a responding officer, it's important to be knowledgeable about the basics. It turns out there are many perceptions of what a bite is. For reporting purposes, DCAS considers a bite as any abrasion caused by teeth resulting in broken skin. That could be anything from teeth scraping skin to a full-on puncture to a body part. Keep in mind, responding officers are not doctors or animal behaviorists. Report language should be kept as neutral as possible. For example, don't detail a dog incident as a mauling if no skin was broken. And a biting animal can be friendly in a different situation, but that doesn't negate the fact that a bite occurred. Those are just a few examples of conflicting information that clouds our understanding of what happened. Use objective, concise language at all times. Depending on the outcome of the investigation, DCAS may determine if the dog needs to be designated as dangerous or vicious. The majority of bites do not qualify for this designation. There are many considerations DCAS and the courts take into account when making this decision, including the bite circumstances and severity and the animal's history. After a designation is made, the court or DCAS may impose certain restrictions on the dog to ensure public safety. It is also important to understand that some municipalities have their own designations, which are limited to their own jurisdictions. The designation through DCAS and the county court is statewide. Rabies in domestic species is unlikely, but a bite is always considered a potential exposure. Owners have a responsibility to keep their pets current on the rabies vaccine and have their pets complete a rabies observation if they bite a person outside of the household. So what is a rabies observation? This is a 10-day observation process where the animal must be examined by their vet at owner expense over a series of exams for signs of rabies. A biting animal cannot have access to the public during this time. Failure to complete the rabies observation results in a citation, can negatively impact the victim party, and can result in civil liabilities. For bites that occur within the household, owners must complete a 10-day home confinement, no vet exams required, and provide proof of current rabies vaccine. If their animal shows signs of illness during the 10-day confinement, owners must report to their vet immediately. The details can be a lot to remember, so know that our officers will contact an owner to discuss the rabies observation in detail. What do you need to remember? If the dog bit someone outside of the household, the owner needs to call their vet right away for a rabies observation. Additional questions can be answered by their vet clinic and/or DCAS. We all know paperwork can cause delays, and sometimes there is just no way around it. Your ability to provide complete information and direct owners towards scheduling a rabies observation is key in addressing any rabies exposure concerns. Animal bite incidents can range in severity. It's always best to approach these incidents with caution. You can help maintain control of the situation by ensuring no animals are at large or able to access others, medical attention is being provided for any injuries, and that all parties provide contact information and are prepared to discuss the incident with both your agency and animal services. In many cases, a bite occurs and the animal is removed from the situation by the owner and contained. Sometimes the animal is not yet contained and immediate action is needed to secure your surroundings. It's important to remember that animals also experience stress during a bite incident and may continue to be stressed when surrounded by strangers and high emotions. Always use caution when involved with a biting animal. Never assume the animal will be friendly towards you, and be aware of your body language and actions to avoid aggressive reactions. Safety is the #1 priority when dealing with a biting and/or aggressive animal. Do not sacrifice your safety or another person's safety to befriend a dog that is not in the mindset to be friends with you. Many dogs, even ones that demonstrate aggressive behavior, respond to direction from an owner or familiar face. If someone familiar is available and it is safe to do so, see if they can assist in containing the dog. If it's up to you to contain the dog, we recommend hands-off approaches that do not involve you becoming too close to the animal. In most cases, you are containing an animal inside a home or backyard. Use your surroundings to your advantage to guide a dog where you need them to go. Stinky treats or high-value food can further encourage a dog to go in the direction you want them to go. But a highly stressed dog may not want to eat, and you will need to try another method. If an animal is demonstrating biting behavior, your priority is to limit your interaction and contain them safely, not to build a relationship. Hands-off may still mean you need to contain a dog using a catch pole. While your department may have one, are you trained to use it? Make sure you are familiar with how a catch pole works. Improper use can result in severe injury for people and/or animals, and that's extra paperwork we would all like to avoid. DCAS is happy to provide free demonstrations of catch pole use if needed. It's important to remember that emotions may be high when a bite occurs. Offering the option to contain the animal within the home overnight can allow all parties the chance to decompress. Owners should discuss their options directly with their vet and/or DCAS. Field surrenders are highly discouraged. Animals are considered property in the state of Illinois. An owner must complete paperwork signing over their rights to an animal, and that process should be completed with DCAS directly. In most cases, you should advise the owner to contain their animal so they do not have access to people and other animals. Owners can contact our office during the next available business day if they are considering surrender. There may be a slight delay in DCAS contacting an owner party, depending on when a bite report is received. Our bite report procedure is available on our website for guidance. If there are any questions about next steps, the owner can contact DCAS during business hours. Any responding officer can also consult with an ACO by contacting dispatch and requesting the on-call ACO if there is immediate concern about public safety. There are certain guidelines that must be followed if an owner opts for surrender or euthanasia. Just make sure they contact us so they have the correct information provided to them. As the first eyes on the scene, the information you can provide is extremely important for bite investigations. A DCAS bite report needs to be filled out and submitted within 24 hours. Also include a copy of the police report or note the report number on the bite report form. If the final report is not available, please include a draft or summary report instead. Submit any photos of injuries and other information provided by both parties. Advise everyone DCAS will contact them. The bite report forms are found on our website under the For Law Enforcement section. The report of animal bite is for reporting bites to people and can be used for any animal incident. The dog-to-dog bite report can be used for any animal-to-animal bite, though dog-to-dog is the most common. Please fill out all sections to the best of your ability and remember to submit within 24 hours of the incident. Photographs are a valuable tool for any investigation and can provide the animal control officer a clearer picture of the incident. Wounds should be photographed as soon as possible to show the full extent of the injury. If safe to do so, please photograph injuries before they are bandaged. Use a standard object, such as a pin or a quarter, in the photograph to show scale. We also encourage you to include additional photos to provide context for the incident. If there was property damage during the incident, or if a broken fence provided access, please include photographs to better illustrate these items. If the owners report their dog broke free of their leash, tether, or harness, make sure you get photographs of the broken equipment as well. A good rule of thumb is, if you found it important enough to note or photograph for your own report, please include that information with the bite report as well. Our officers provide a significant amount of outreach with every bite report. While promoting rabies control for the county, we also work to promote public safety and responsible pet ownership. We provide guidance if an owner is considering surrendering or euthanizing their animal. In rare cases, DCAS may enforce the impoundment of an animal or request court-ordered euthanasia. These decisions are not typical of most reported bite cases. In most cases, owners are required to maintain their animal for the rabies observation and make every effort to prevent future bite incidents. It's not uncommon for an owner to be nervous about speaking with an animal control officer thanks to the dog catcher stigma. We hope in your communication with owners, you can help alleviate concerns and encourage open communication with our office. No one is having a good day after a biting incident. Emotions and stress will be high, and different parties may exacerbate this by referencing that dog catcher stereotype. We often have owners resist working with us because someone has told them animal control is going to come, take your dog, and kill it. We have several handouts available in our website's For Law Enforcement section you can provide the public to help everyone understand the procedure for a bite investigation. Most importantly, encourage anyone involved to contact Animal Services directly for guidance and next steps. As mentioned previously, a lot of our focus at Animal Services is to provide education to dog owners to prevent future incidents. You can also encourage owners to reach out to their veterinarians to identify any underlying medical conditions or discuss pharmaceutical options to help with safety concerns. During our investigation, our animal control officers will provide owners with strategies for safely handling their animals. We can also provide a list of local dog trainers for them to get professional help with behavior concerns. We recommend using certified LIMA, least intrusive, minimally aversive dog trainers, because studies have shown these training methods to be most effective in redirecting undesirable behaviors. Joe Schmo down the street may charge for dog training, but his methods may make the behaviors worse over time. Encourage pet owners to contact us directly for a list of available professionals. We are always happy to answer questions about procedures or to help our law enforcement partners. During regular business hours, please contact the DuPage County Animal Services main office at 630-407-2800 or email us at animalservices@dupageco.org. If you are facing an immediate public safety threat after business hours, ask your dispatch to connect you with the on-call ACO. Your dispatch should know how to connect you through the Addison Consolidated Dispatch Center at 630-458-4055. We hope you found this training helpful and informative. Please feel free to reach out to our office with any questions or check our website for other learning opportunities. Thank you for participating in the BITE investigation presentation.